The sound of the power washer ripped through the night at exactly 12:07 a.m., sharp and violent, like something tearing open reality itself. I stood barefoot behind the bedroom curtain, the glass cold against my forehead, watching my wife drag a thick black hose across our driveway like she owned the darkness. The motion light above the garage flickered on, flooding everything in harsh white. And there she was, Melissa, midnight, alone. Except she wasn't alone. A black sedan sat parked right in front of her, engine still warm. A man leaned casually in the passenger seat, watching her like this was normal, like this was routine, like my driveway wasn't mine anymore. She smiled at him. Then she pressed the trigger. The power washer screamed to life again. That's when I noticed something that made my stomach drop. She wasn't washing the car. She was scrubbing specific spots. Carefully. Repeatedly. Door handles. Trunk seams. Wool wells. Like she was erasing something. Or someone. I grabbed my phone and started recording. I didn't know it yet, but that moment was the point of no return. If you genuinely enjoy our stories, please subscribe to the channel, tell us where you're from, and what time it is right now. It's always fascinating to know how far our story flows. It started weeks earlier. Small things. Melissa suddenly working late more often. Her phone always face down. A new perfume I'd never smelled before. And then there was Evan Brooks, our new neighbor. Too friendly, too present, too comfortable around my wife. At first I told myself it was nothing. Suburban politeness. Neighborly talk. But then the nights started changing. She used to sleep by 11. Now she was gone past midnight. And every time I asked, she smiled too quickly. Just stress, Daniel. You worry too much. That sentence started becoming a pattern. So did the silence in our house. The first time I heard the power washer at night, I thought I was dreaming. But when I looked outside, I saw her. Melissa, in pajamas, standing in our driveway, washing Evan's car at 1:13 a.m. He was there too, leaning against the fence, laughing softly like this was some inside joke I wasn't part of anymore. I told myself there had to be an explanation, until I checked the Ring camera footage the next morning. And that's when the unease became something heavier. Night after night. Same pattern. Evan arrives after midnight. Melissa opens the garage. Then she washes his car. But always the same areas. Always precise. Always deliberate. That wasn't cleaning. That was hiding something. When I confronted her, she didn't even blink. You're spying on me now? She said, folding her arms. Daniel, it's just a car wash. Evan had mud from the construction site. At midnight. I asked. She sighed like I was the problem. You need help. That was her new weapon. Make me the unstable one. The next day, Evan even stopped by, smiling, hand on my shoulder. Man, your pressure washer is a lifesaver. Melissa's been helping me clean off some stubborn grime. Grime. Something about the way he said it made my skin crawl. Because it didn't sound like dirt. It sounded rehearsed. That night, I installed a hidden camera. Not the Ring. Something smaller. Something they wouldn't notice. And I waited. 3 nights later, it happened again. Midnight. Evan's car pulled in. Melissa came out instantly. But this time, she wasn't alone in what she was carrying. A large plastic container from the garage. Heavy. Dragging slightly. Evan opened his trunk and took out something wrapped in tarp. My heart started pounding before I even understood why. Then the power washer started. And I saw her face. Not relaxed. Not romantic. Focused. Anxious. Hands shaking slightly as she scrubbed the rear wheel well like her life depended on it. Because it did. That's when I understood. They weren't hiding an affair. They were hiding what came after it. I didn't sleep that night. I watched every second of footage again and again, looking for details I missed. And I found them. A brief moment where Evan looked at her and said something I couldn't hear. But her reaction told me everything. Fear. Not love. Not excitement. Fear. The kind of fear people have when they're cleaning up something that can ruin their lives forever. When I confronted her again, I didn't raise my voice. I just placed my laptop on the kitchen table, pressed play, watched her face change as the footage played. The driveway, the midnight washing, the tarp, the container. She went pale. Where did you get that? She whispered. Answer me, I said quietly. She didn't. Because she couldn't. Evan called her that night. She didn't pick up. For the first time, I saw her lose control. The transformation in me was slow, silent, cold. I stopped asking questions, stopped reacting, and started documenting everything. Every arrival, every departure, every midnight wash. Then I called a lawyer. Not for emotion, for strategy. Because something deeper than betrayal was happening in my driveway. And I was no longer just the husband. I was the witness. 2 nights later, Evan returned again. Same black sedan. Same time. But this time, I wasn't alone either. Unmarked cars positioned quietly down the street. No sirens. No drama. Just waiting. Melissa stepped outside first. Then Evan. The driveway light flicked on automatically. And everything changed in seconds. Flashing lights. Commands. Movement. Evan froze like he already knew. Melissa tried to speak, but no words came out. Because the truth wasn't hidden anymore. It was exposed under floodlights and silence. I stayed inside. Watching. Not moving. Not feeling anything I could name anymore. By morning, the neighborhood was awake with rumors. Not about cheating. About evidence. About cleanup. About what had been happening in plain sight while everyone slept. Melissa packed her things quietly. No yelling. No apology. Just one sentence before she left. You didn't have to destroy everything. I finally looked at her then. You already did that, I said. She left without another word. Evan didn't come back. He was gone before sunrise. And the driveway stayed wet longer than it should have. Like it refused to forget. Now the house is too quiet. And sometimes, when I can't sleep, I still hear it. That sound. The power washer at midnight. Like memory itself trying to scrub something clean that never can be erased. Because betrayal isn't always lipstick or lies. Sometimes it's pressure water hitting concrete at 12:07 a.m. Trying to wash away what's already been seen. And failing. Every single time. The end.